mais um vídeo, agora vamos ver a final mundial de Brawl Stars.
Not afford to lose. Giving so much of an advantage to Humble would definitely be a mistake. The second already going immediately in there. On Semantic, goes in with a nice slice and dice. Semantic gets the final say. The takedown is there. A good defense with Pain and the Punk Harlers are pretty weak there on the left and right hand side.
It gets them all the way back to spawn, but it really does nothing for the team as they have a zero control. Semantic's going to break some walls, get that grass open up a little bit more, and make it a lot harder for second best to really show his work. Luki with a knockback, you're not going to have that stunning blow as we see that. Slows being in as well. Pankar so low on this left-hand side, yet to get a level. Luki moving forwards, might be able to get a super here and knock them all the way back. Twister plays down to prevent Pain from getting out this locked position in spawn. An all-out control once more from Humble. They know they don't need to overextend for this goal because they're in such a phenomenal spot.
I like that from Pain, being very reserveful there of Cocoon to ensure that he didn't waste it. It's going to be good to have on the defense now. Nice there from Luki. Oh, wonderful one from Bosses there as well. Danger here for Pioneers as Humble pushing forwards. It's just second best now. That Twister was perfectly placed by Luki. A simple shot with a bit of miscommunication, but I think it would have been better to maybe do exactly what they did in all honesty. I think the Pain coming in there would have been able to shut that down regardless. So Boss there coming back, I don't mind it.
Yeah, at least it's a 1-for-1 super trade. You know, Luki might have used the super to pass the ball forward, but Pain threw out that Cocoon. Oh, he was very scared that that was going to be a goal. Boss going to get his super again and the hypercharge along the way. Pankar trying to defend this ball in the corner. Pain in the goal mouth. We're just getting slowed, beaten down until Humble can get an opening at the moment. It's going to present itself pretty soon.
I like this from Humble. They're just keeping things consistent and keeping the pressure on Pioneers, not going in too aggressive too early, trying to feed as much Pain as he's probably the best person to have on that defense. Eradicated now. Super pass from Semantic and Luki will be the one to score it and place Humble on the map in Brawl.
Well, hypercharge ready to roll for Boss still, and Luki has the super and his as well. Now they go in. A lot of damage going to come down from that. Pain uses his to get a bit of extra mobility. Luki's going to be landing directly where second best as well. I mean, guys, we need to see something past one. I mean, that was a very bad communication there, but still might be able to walk it. Definitely should have been a goal for Humble, but with 20 seconds on the clock, no need for that overextension.
I don't mind this from Humble. They're just whittling down Pioneers and just almost rubbing the salt in the wound. And as time triggers...
Não era pra rolar, não era pra rolar. Tem dia que não é pra ser, né, Bruno? Tem dia que parece noite, Joey. É, exatamente, mas as coisas acabam saindo do controle. Mas é isso. Ih, olha lá, Joyzão, não tem mais pra cima. E eles estão tranquilos.
But it's kind of felt like a number 2 seed of North America that you show a bit more of a resolve than this so far. It's all about Humble, just past Semantic and just get that gas and heal along the way as well to stay in position as that Stu. Pain searching the left, but no one's there right now. And now going to the right-hand side, falls straight into the arms of Luki and Boss. And this ball again is such an aggressive spot. It's just an open door relatively here for Humble to walk through whenever they feel like it.
It's a 3v1 every time someone comes out of that Pioneer spawn. Eventually they're going to wait for all 3 of them to come back in and have a bit of a say in a 3v3 fight here. This man's here over the Jackson. Second best trying to follow and gets the gadget heal as well. Slicing through this mid, but Luki will be there when he lands. Twister was placed as a kind of insurance as well, but Pain moving forward towards the Cocoon, trying to get the kill on Luki, and still nobody will secure that kill. 3 people tried, and he still lives.
Again, just taking their time, just getting the resources up. Pretty low stacks there on that surge pick as well, so he needs to try to level things up. Pankar itching towards the ball there, not looking to get his gadget as well, but he's got to connect the shots to be able to get his stacks higher. Now Luki goes straight in, sees the opportunity, hypercharge there, slams seconds to the wall, and should be able to walk it in! Humble do it and get to make the move, and they just keep stumbling down. Every attempt to even leave the goal face is doomed.
Shots from Boss follow up, and second best trying to make a break for it. Gadget, I mean, hypercharge comes in from Pain, but it's still nothing. No kills coming in from Pioneers. Humble on lockdown, and now 1 set away from the semi-finals of World Finals in 2024.
And you can hear the crowd roar behind Humble as they've been flawless so far. It's hard to believe that they can't go all the way, but we've seen some crazy turnarounds in the BSC. And this is the World Finals. What better time to see something from Pioneers? But it's very difficult to feel it, to get behind it from what we've seen so far. It just doesn't feel like the chemistry is there. It doesn't feel like there's much really going on with the squad. Maybe the communication just on an all-time low. The pressure. It's definitely getting to them.
It feels like there's no...
Look at this.
That's what? 4 kills in 2 sets of Brawl Stars for Pioneers. And Humble, double that with just Semantic in this set. Add 12 from Lukey, add 13 from Boss. And this is squaring up to be a complete sweep by Humble.
Humble and Bear pretty much collectively got more kills than we tend to see in a best of 5 that goes all the way. I mean, just a slaughter. It is what it is. Humble have never looked so good, or have Pioneers never looked this bad. It's really kind of hard to say at this moment in time. It's really quite astounding.
I think it's a bit of both. Humble are looking really good. Their drafts are phenomenal. Their gameplay is phenomenal. They're playing as a team, and it's the complete mirror for Pioneers. They look defeated. Their drafts aren't good. They're not playing as a team. And this is shaping up to be one of the most dominant sweeps we've ever seen in the World Finals. Or in Brawl Stars.
I thought you nailed it until you said the second bit, and then I realised that you were absolutely right. Like, it's what it is, you know? But for Pioneers, maybe they can bring something out of the bag. I like to believe that they've got the skill to be able to do so. It's just the drafts that are just not really working for them. But you know, you've got Philip behind him. He's a fantastic drafter. I mean, he's got that massive thick five lobes every single time we see him. So it's really kind of hard for me to say. I just feel like maybe it's the nerves. I just don't really. But then I say that, but then they had Kit the first set. It was just not it. So probably a bit of both.
I mean, I want to see them get a good draft and put up a fight against Humble, because then we will see if it is the nerves or if it is that draft. So far, it seems like the draft to me, and maybe the nerves do play a part as well, but the Frank, Mo, and Kenji bands roll on in from Humble on Hard Rock Line. I mean, Ruff's first pick?
Staple diet in North America, isn't it, really? I mean, there's a reason why Humble keeps banning the Frank as well, because they know that in the hands of Pioneers it's so deadly. But I mean, I don't necessarily mind the Rust, but I think it's kind of meta. There's better kind of ideas. I think the Surge first pick for me is a bit more of my flavour. I think it's that kind of similar idea that they're trying to go for, with something which is a bit more versatile, can provide something of a buff over time for their teammates. But I mean, in this kind of meta, I would prefer to see the kind of Surge coming through. Rico coming in for Humble, you know, is my favourite brawler on this map, has always been. A lot of the time banned for good reason as well. He's taking that lane side as a mid still open here for Humble. Quite like a Sandy pick here myself, to be completely honest, but plenty of other options as well available to them. Gus, yeah, like that as well, coming in for them. Good range, we know what that shield can do, and leaves that third and final pick open to something potentially tanky to combine with that Gus shield.
I mean, one of the best lanes picked up by Humble, and possibly the best mid now picked up after Pipe has been banned, after Penny's been banned. It kind of leaves a bit of a gaping hole in the mid, and that's something that Gus can fill pretty flawlessly. Ruff's, on the side of Pioneers, it just seems like a worse version of Rico to me on this map. That's all I can say about it. They do have this second pick, and they will follow with a third shortly after that. They need a mid still, but they're going to go with the Daryl. I don't mind that. They've got the aggression. It's something that North America really do so well, playing these tanks. We saw second best player over on the B stream yesterday, and that man was playing brilliantly on the Daryl. But there's so much work to do left for Pioneers.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Daryl mid here for the second, to be completely honest, and have that Ruffs and Daryl go on the side lanes on the aggressive, get a bit of wall break potential as well along the way, but certainly Pioneers need to go back to their winning ways, get that aggression rolling in from Juan Carlos, get that control coming in from the mid, that gem carry that Second has been so consistently doing, and every mode has been very good all year long. G that mid, I don't mind that necessarily either. I was kind of thinking it along the way. They're going to have that support network there when that magic hand comes in. If the Daryl and the Ruffs are too busy on their side lanes, they're not going to be there for that, so they've got to be cautious. That vision gear though, for sure, going to come in very handy with that Gene. Third and final here for Humble. They can go in really quite heavy on the tanks. For me, can't see that big tank counter, but it's still so strong in some non-tank brawlers. Just a bit of a risk to get it up to that max stack level, but once you have, you can just run over your opposition party.
Yeah, it seems like we're going to have quite a lot of lane swaps here on Hard Rock Mine. Pioneers' best draft yet, and what a time to be able to pull this out of the bag. They need 3 in a row to be able to turn this back on Humble and make it to the semi-finals, but only one set stands between Humble and victory.
No one wants to see a sweep on the world stage, not on day 2 of the Brawl Stars World Finals. And in we go. The pressure certainly mounting for the Pioneers. But as you said, Trav, a draft is our favourite so far here from them today. Let's see what they can make of it. Luki already taking an affirming role in the mid. 3 gems to his name. Good. Cookie Popper there onto Payne as well. Really keeps him low for longer. 4 gems now. Sandbags and Juan Carlos are already shredded very quickly by Boss. Systematic. Still already stacking up things. And just eradicates the Daryl of there. Juan Carlos on the right hand side.
I mean, look how close he is to level 3 already. He's getting shots. He's getting so many shots against the Daryl. And they're not even attempting to swap because Daryl's going to have a really poor matchup no matter which side he goes. Drake coming in on the left hand side with Juan Carlos and Payne yet to see the light of day in terms of the gem spawner. Now we eventually see this rotation over the left hand side from second best, but he meets Gus and Rico on that side. A shield being provided to Boss now as well. Ready to fight off. Already 8 gems for Luki and KCP about to pick up their first.
Humble have had a great opportunity in the mid to keep this control going as well. Semantic already getting some good value off the Daryl, was now second rolling in, finds there the nice little supply drip along the way and gets down Boss. This is the kind of thing we need to see more here from Pioneers. The gems are not being gathered in the mid. 1 more over to Humble and only 1 more away from the countdown. If you get a magic hand pull from Payne to Luki, that's the best they can hope for at the moment. But Boss here's some big taps. That gem there in the middle, Humble are not rushing towards because second's being a menace in their score.
Yeah, really tough situation now for Humble not to spawn with a magic hand waiting for them as they try to push out. Semantic almost at level 3, wants to rotate to that right hand side, but vision gear from Payne stopping him from doing just that. Second best in the back push. Now the hypercharge comes through. So many bounces mixed up. That's the magic hand used. Second best should be pushed down here, and especially with Semantic using this super as well. Almost level 3 secured, and 1 gem for them will secure it. Luki picks it up, and countdown starts for Humble.
Second's coming in now, has got support network behind him, but he's got to go on the aggressive. Got enough time from the mid here. Second's low here as well. Payne needs to land the magic hand, and everyone from Humble is just too far away. The pressure is getting to Pioneers. It's going to be a match point for Humble.
Something needs to change. They need 3 sets straight and they can't get a look in. What a start that was from Humble in Hard Rock Mine. 8 gems before Pioneers even saw the gem spawner. Heading into game 2, it's now match point for Humble. Pioneers staring down the barrel. Something needs to change.
It is now or never for Pioneers. Their year's work depends on these games. And they could be going home packing unless something happens here. Humble already, some nice takedowns on the side of Pioneers, and a break there of the mid from Juan Carlos on the back foot the first time so far, but Semantic pushing forwards there. The accuracy onto Payne. Second there, he's the opportunity to go in there onto Luki, getting a lot of value for his time, a nice gadget as well with the tar barrel, but now they're recouping themselves inside of Humble. Payne has got the magic hand early this time as well. Connects it to Semantic, gets the support from second. Nice stuff. Pioneers starting to make some things work.
Much better from Pioneers off the start. Second best rolls on in, getting the heals from Payne as well through this mid. Vengeful Spirits used yet again, and that's going to be his last one of this game. On the right hand side, we see a bit of a trade between both the brawlers over there. Semantic yet to get to a level 2, but eventually getting quite close. Luki, 5 gems in hand, does take the lead for Humble, but it seems to be all Pioneers so far. Second best round the flank, gets a knockback from the Gust shield. Good use of that from Luki. Now the pinch starts to come in, and we might see Humble break out.
Second's been feeding really quite heavily into Semantic. Now the high charge from Payne connects to Luki, and Juan Carlos is there. The gems with Pioneers, but a nice reset there for Semantic. It's not over just yet. They're sitting there, second just hovering, going to be going into his pocket. Not ideal, but when you're on countdown, it doesn't matter. Pioneers are doing work, but can Humble get a reset?
Semantic bringing Juan Carlos low. No more sandbags available. And second best pinned in the top portion of the map. Nowhere to run now, and the 3 members from Humble closing down. Roll goes in, but Payne's going to fall down. Semantic has the super. Down goes Juan Carlos, and they have the count on the blue side. Second best goes low thanks to the Cookie Popper, and he falls too. Humble running away with it.
7 seconds remain, and for Pioneers it could. And what has just been set? Devastation for Pioneers, who just could not find any kind of momentum on the field in the drafts. It's going to be a tough one to look back on, but you can't take a single thing away from Humble. They didn't miss a trick. Drafts were perfect, gameplay was spot on, and Humble looking like a real favourite in this competition.
perfection from them, but disappointment for Pioneers. What a year they have had in the NA region, coming in as the number 2 seed, back and forward from late exits to big monthly final wins. But their year in 2024 ends in the quarters.
The scariest part for me is that I don't really feel like Humble felt tested at all. I feel like, Pioneers could have been given everything they had and it would still have looked the same. See the stats, again, Samantha just mirroring second best the entire way through. Makes a lot of sense why he would be on the highest of the takedowns there as well. But Boss and Lukey just always there for the support. And the whole squad, the synergy of everyone working in harmony, it's really very, very scary.
Very scary prospect for those looking on, and especially SK Gaming. They come off the back of a huge win against Zeta Vision, so now have to look at this Humble roster as their matchup for tomorrow. Semantic, a well-earned MVP for the game against Pioneers, and what gameplay he brought to the table. So much composure, and the team in general just played to perfection.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. I was expecting some fireworks in that matchup, but I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to be nearly as one-sided for Humble. They are going to the semi-finals, and they are looking like one of the scariest contenders, but we've still got plenty more still to come, and that's the thing. We're shaping things up, but we're not done yet, not by a long shot.
A lot more to go through today and tomorrow as well. Still, another 2 quarter-finals to play out today, and they're both setting up to be bangers as well, but this one did end with a 3-0 to Humble. And I'm scared for what they're going to be able to bring from this point onwards. Let's refresh our minds, look at the bracket. The top portion of it has been completed for today, as SK Gaming took down Zeta Division with such a close 3-2 win to move on and play against Humble, who have just absolutely swept the Pioneers off the table. Greater Raccoon versus Elevate will be the game up next, and then we round out today with Reply Totem versus Rivalries.
Elevate, the last standing North American team. The pressure that must be on their shoulders there. They were number 2 in their group yesterday in Group A, but after watching that, they've got to be feeling a lot more pressure added to the mix. Their entire region now just resting on everything which they do. They've got one of the toughest competitors in this tournament. I would not like to be in this show.
NA looking on, and they drew both of them. Really disappointing for the NA region, but let's not count Elevate out. That is going to be one great match.
And as well, for Reply Totem, there's a good possibility if they play it like they were playing yesterday, that they might also be in a position of landing themselves into the semis too. We might have 3 EMEA teams there. Who knows? I feel like Rival have really impressed me, especially a lot of the talent in the dressing room also. That match is still very much a 50-50 for me. This was the one that I thought would be a lot closer than it was between Humble and Pioneers. I just didn't expect that we would see a sweep here today, but again, this is the finals. Anything is possible.
I started the day off with a tear going down my face, as my cast predictions did not start well. I went for Zeta Division over SK Gaming today, and it did not play out the way I thought. But for you, for Uber, and for Kenny, smooth sailing so far.
Not just smooth sailings today, might I add, but smooth sailings yesterday. 100% accuracy with us, which is a shame because they've been the predictions master that you are. I kind of expected a bit more.
I'm going to have to pull out some bold picks tomorrow to catch up and say, because I can't catch up today. I'm going to have to go for the complete opposite of what's expected and cross my fingers. It's definitely disappointing not to see Zeta Division go any further in the quarterfinals, because they are the world champions at the current moment until we crown a champion this weekend. It's very disappointing to see them go out early on, but SK Gaming is a very deserving semi-finals.
I mean, that first match obviously was just one of the most thrilling that I've seen on the world stage. I mean, we were watching from the sidelines, screaming our lungs out, and we just couldn't believe the fact that turnarounds were even going to be possible on the side of SK Gaming. And toppling the current reigning champions is just not something that you necessarily expect to see when you wake up in the morning. Crazy things are occurring here, and it's one of my favourite world finals so far. Also, you just can't fault it.
I mean, not to sound like a bit of a biased caster in terms of regions, but EU are looking good. EU are looking very good, I will say. And I'm not going to say I don't like to see it, because I love seeing my home region do well. And also I get to laugh a little bit in the background. Uber as well, I think that's in this region all year long. But they might get a bit of a bite back with Elevate versus Fraser Open next. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah, no, I really feel like I said from the beginning that Elevate are that kind of team which could really stubble in that first day or struggle going second, but that's because I feel like, I said from the beginning, they elevate all that kind of team, which could really stubble in that first day or struggle. That's because this is their first World Finals for the majority of them. It's just one of those things where you've got to be able to pace yourself, and they've been doing that pretty well. It's crazy Raccoon. I mean, they've got the most experience by far in this matchup. I mean, we've had one immense upset today. Are we open for a second?
Yeah, I mean, genuinely all of the games throughout today are going to be so good, and that's the thing. Fraser being previous world champions on the roster, and a two-time champion Tensai as well, really makes me scared for what is to come next. But obviously, you have two more matches today. A little bit later down the line, we have that Totem versus Rival Esports match as well. We touched a little bit on how well we're going to do in that matchup. Personally, I think they are going to drop down to the power of EMA once more and want to fly to take.
Well, we shall have to wait and see. Our next matchup will be Crazy Raccoon versus Elevates, the last remaining hope of North American Dreams. We'll be right back after a very short break. We don't want to go anywhere.
The 2024 Brawl Stars World Finals are brought to you by ESL, Monster Energy, and DHL.
It's funny. They call us heroes. They say everything is back to normal. But they don't know how much we sacrifice to keep it that way. Some things never change. Well, maybe they do.
Versus the last hope of North America. It's going to be Elevate on the other side of that matchup. Who
Ready, set, thanks for joining me. Had to fight their way through that Group A with SK Gaming in the mix to get here to day 2.
It was brutal, but they did manage to take set number 1 in that series, which totally changed the tone that we were expecting out here from Elevate. Their first ever LAN as a team, and only one player on their roster that had been at LAN before. And those LANs didn't take a single set. Yeah, and now at the World Finals on the biggest stage. In fact, on the big stage in that game, managed to take a set. So real scrappy one. Didn't take it in the end, but managed to scrape through that group stage.
Yeah, really close Group A in general for Elevate. Even though they dropped a set to Foot Esports, and I was concerned about whether they would be a team that could even emerge from that Group A. On the other side of this matchup, yeah, it's Group C. The Group of Death produced a bloody beaten, still alive Crazy Raccoon, who have emerged, perhaps to reclaim what was once theirs as Tensai eyes off a third world champion. And Crazy Raccoon look at the bottom half of this bracket and lick their lips in anticipation.
Bloody and beaten is absolutely true. We have to consider that these guys emerged with a 2-0 scoreline. Every single match in that group went to a 2-1 series. Luminosity, they fought for their lives but could not make it to this stage. So Crazy Raccoon, what do they get as a reward for making a perfect 2-0 advancement onto the quarterfinals? They have to face number 1 for North America.
It doesn't get any easier. A trans-Pacific battle between Apex number 1 and North America's Golden Child. We're going to head down to Banks to get this one rolling.
Thank you so much, Uber. 2 teams have already been sent packing as our best of 5 show us who came prepared for the main stage. And of course, there is still more to come, namely our next quarter final. First up, a team that is looking to make a huge upset here on the main stage. It's Zeus, RBM, and Luffy. They are Elevate. Opponent, a team that honestly needs no introduction. Previous world champions yet to lose on the main stage. Tensai, Shitampo, and Moya, they are Crazy Raccoon!
Now, this might be the first year in many years that a team called Zeta Division will not be winning the World Finals, but the previous bearers of the name are still very much in their prime. It's Crazy Raccoon here ready to throw down. And on the other side, Elevate are a relatively less tested quantity, a lot less LAN experience like we talked about here. They're a team, though, that has found a lot of success from some really great drafting.
That is really their specialty here, is they cook on these drafts. Zeus, RBM, Luffy, they are simply the instruments that are used by Killer to orchestrate all of this draft business. Let's talk about Luffy, though. I would argue one of the more mechanically skilled players on this roster, and yet I don't think he gets enough credit. I think RBM tends to steal the show for his tank play, but we see Luffy cook on brawlers, especially Rico. If he ever makes it through that draft, you gotta keep a close eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a team in Elevate who make great use of Luffy on the Kenji, especially to craft some very aggressive strategies that really worked around setting that nasty assassin brawler up for success. Kenji to be picked by their opponents. They end up losing that first set of the series. We're all starting to worry about the fate of NA's number 1 team, but they recover quite nicely. Crazy Raccoon have also had their fair share of scrappy games in the lead up to this match.
Crazy Raccoon, they have not made it easy on themselves, because I would say the typical shortcoming of Crazy Raccoon is that they struggle with some of these drafts, but to account for that, they have the best mechanics on the globe. Tensai, being world-renowned for his skill over here, especially on his favorite brawler, Max.
Absolutely. When, you know, Max is available to be picked up, we often see Crazy Raccoon prioritize it. They're a team that loved a lot of Carl, loved to use Meg, even the Gene and Max pairings. This is a team, though, who have really lent more on their individual skill. The mechanical prowess of this team has definitely been one of their hallmarks. Sometimes the drafting is left a little to be designed.
And I think that's deliberate. I think that they really think that they deserve to win if they can mechanically best their opponents. They've always sort of had this mentality, and that is why they have gained this reputation. They've invested all of their skill points into just mechanics. They are going to win this lane by dodges, by not getting hit, especially.
And again, we've seen that prowess showcased time after time. But the game is changing. Brawl Stars is becoming a little bit more about the draft as the roster of brawlers continues to expand. You all at home at event.brawlstars.com, many of you getting behind Crazy Raccoon. I believe all us casters are also on your side. There should be a game in which the APAC #1 seed could claim a spot in the semi-finals.
If Crazy Raccoon had things their way, they would like to play this with 3 lanes. There's one critical issue here on Canal Grand, which is that there are really only 2 lanes unless you play something that can float over the water. Crazy Raccoon has already eliminated one of those key options. Angelo, not even in the consideration as a first selection out here for Elevate. They're going to be picking up that Mo.
Available, and you better believe it's going to be an early pickup for either of these teams. Crazy Raccoon also, we've seen Titan pick that up on occasion. RT going to be the pick from Crazy Raccoon. And note, Elevate has banned Tick and Larry and Laurie out. They are a team that likes to go for more of that tank play, not so much the throwers. Here's the gene we mentioned earlier for Crazy Raccoon, a classic pick, signature approach for them so far.
Should be able to deal with any throwers that are selected over here. Also going to be gradually farming up that super, especially because of a lot of hits again. Get a hypercharge out here. Rock going to be a pretty unorthodox selection here for Canal Grand. Should be able to jump over the wall, maybe cross that gap in the middle. And here's the call. This is going to address a traditional thrower selection for Crazy Raccoon.
And the squeak being picked up by Crazy Raccoon because very powerful. That residue gadget to be able to slow within a radius is very potent.
It'll get them some vision in some of these bushes, and yes, slow within a radius on one of the lanes. And I think it will be able to play this East versus West gameplay that we see to emerge on Canal Grand pretty effectively, but keep in mind that they don't really have a good way of getting this blue start. They should be able to shove Elevate back into their bushes, but that's about it.
Here we go, folks, jumping into our third quarterfinal of Crazy Raccoon from APAC. Elevates the #1 seed from North America. Only one will survive.
Elevate already grabbing that blue star as expected and transferring over to this left side. They don't want to just take one side. They want to be able to own both the left and the right and push Crazy Raccoon back into their spawn. And so far, it seems to be effective, but CR are grouping up around Moy. He's the sort of oasis of health thanks to these magic puffs that keep everyone alive.
Zeus also punished there by Titampo, who has comparable range and double the health almost of that Brock. Zeus takes another hit here. Luffy has to constantly be moving. You'll notice the residue field on the left side of the map there. The poke damage has been good, and so Zeus has been able to move up a little bit more. We're going to see some pretty tentative probing for the first part of this round.
Tensi's making an aggressive push in, trying to get some damage on Luffy. Takedown, but 1 kill. As we see Tensi and Arbian exchange. Still a 1-star lead here for Elevate, but here comes the hypercharge from Zeus. For a bit of bonus damage, there's a kill on Titampo, and Zeus stays alive.
So a start here for Crazy Raccoon. They do have a magic hand available. That's the lamp blowout used there, but not enough to keep Moya alive. Tensai wants to come in, throws a super out, but man, Elevator looking pretty good here.
Well, CT Tampo still managed to get a kill there with the Hacks gadget for RT. It looks like this right side has now been left open. Definitely a fighting chance for Crazy Raccoon to start pushing up this right side, and Tensai is going to take full advantage. Now that Elevator back in their spawn, this is when this weak actually starts to become a problem.
Zeus trying to push out of spawn. Knows he's going to take a bit of damage from Tensai to do so. Luffy gets up close. Tensai pops that hyper. Luffy won't be able to get away, but Zeus is there. 1 for 1. Tensai doubles down. Elite still have a 2-star lead now. The last 10 seconds of the round.
Excellent tanking play from Elevate over here as RBN was reduced to super low HP, but Squeak is bound to start coming around this right side. Everyone's closed in. They got to get a kill. Oh, and a buzzer beater finish for Crazy Raccoon. A blue star victory to start this one off with a comeback.
Always dangerous to give up map control against the Squeak. And Elevate don't have a magic puffs-like ability like Crazy Raccoon do, so that poke damage sticks around a lot longer.
Once they conceded that mid area, that's when they started to seriously suffer. We'll see once again though, starting off, getting this blue star. Elevate already in the lead, they have possession of mid. Tenside's going to try a different creative wave, getting around the left side, chaining up some shots, but no kill.
Moya steps up, those one direct hit would have ended Luffy, but he's able to just crawl away. Now Crazy Raccoon have push control here. You might see Elevate option split the map, but they want to keep Carl within attacking range, and a rocket range is going to break along those bushes.
Zeus doesn't mind breaking open some of these walls. That can be a critical position for Elevate to control, because Crazy Raccoon had possession, even if it was for such a short duration. They're occupying this right side and lead by 3 stars at the moment. They're in a very safe position, but once they let Crazy Raccoon take control of mid, that's once again where Tensai on the sweep is going to become a massive issue.
Zeus backing up a little bit more now. Luffy playing cagely. Does have that ease to go in and dive, but against the squeak, that could be a dangerous proposition. RBM goes in, Chitapo disintegrates. RBM only able to find the one, but Luffy and Zeus follow it up, and Moya limps away.
He's still got that super though, so it's not looking too bad. Luffy does have a way of escaping from it. We'll see some rocket rain towards the right side. Just a preventative measure to keep Tensai from getting in, but this is history repeating itself. Game number 1 all over again. RBM's quite low on the left side. Pull for Moya, but Elevate still lead.
They're giving up the map though. Elevate are getting back towards their spawn in Tensai, now starting to posture a little more aggressively. RBM avoids most of this poke damage, but Zeus needs to be careful. He's marked an Elevate of a 2-star lead, heading into the last 10.
As long as Luffy stays alive here on the back right, then all should be good for Elevate. Gotta see Tensai on the squeak come around and close them in. RBM looking for the close range match on the left side. Kill on the Moya, critical. Elevate, bring it back.
Right there, classic example of the power of mode. It's an easy dive to make. Getting subterranean with it and pouncing on that G.
Once more, same gameplay. We see this squeak gradually move things towards the back. Cornering everyone in like he did in Game 1. Crazy Raccoon are playing this slow and control, because really it's their only option. But they've decided on playing this way. We'll see them also decide to swap some of these lanes over here. Tensai, Zerg effort on the right side, and getting the matchup diff actually on Zeus.
Okay. Luffy still walks out with the blue star. That's the difference maker here, as Elevate have that slimmest of slim leads. Chitapo getting aggressive here, but RBM is back off spawn, and Zeus has a rocket rain at the ready. Fire at will.
Elevate all alive and healthy here on the right, playing this east versus west that they really did not want to play. Tensai is going to be the main issue for them over here as he gradually closes things in, occupying these bushes with the gadget especially. He's marked, a super in, that's contact on RBM, and for the first time, Crazy Raccoon leading in the mid-game.
This is the decider round of this set, folks. Elevate to stumble, allow Crazy Raccoon to pick up some freebies, and that's a mistake they are always going to punish. RBM does not have super up, so no all-in available here to Mo. Luffy does, but holds the blue star and needs to respect RT's up-close damage should he look to engage.
It's going to be difficult for Elevate to play aggro because Moya is ready to punish with a pull. Luffy, same deal. He can't gadget in on Chitapo because he has that super ready to go. We'll see a super in from Zeus, but no real damage on the Tensai, especially as it's all being healed up by Moya's magic puffs.
Okay, hypercharge here coming out from Zeus. The move speed is terrifying. Tensai's down. Luffy may be overextends, backs away and realizes Elevate have the lead already.
Chitapo ready to push him once more on the right side. We see the same thing happening.
Tensai
storming the right side. Luffy definitely pinched. Zeus trying to fire down some suppressing fire. But Chitapo shrugs it all off. Lane switch here with the final gadget from Luffy. It's getting desperate. 10 seconds left. RBM going for the Hail Mary play. No kill. Yes! As he pops out of the super, Elevate still lead by just 1 star. And takedown on Chitapo. And Elevate takes set 1.
A little stumble there for Elevate in that last round, but they recover with poise. Again, it is a Mo dive, the all-in there, an unpunished trade-off kills that gives Elevate the edge, and ultimately the set.
Such a near miss too, because we saw RBM push him with that Mo and actually had to bail before he could get that kill in the drill form. Popped out, was on the super, and then got that final bit of damage for the kill confirmed. That is what kept Elevate in the lead those final moments.
here. This is how that first round played out. Squeak hypercharge, pretty bloody good. But Elevate here can't heal. That's their problem. They've led at this point in the game, but got completely stuffed into the corner of the map. It was a blue star difference to decided. Then we start to see Elevate's gameplay really play out. RPM goes in the dive, but he does so with full information because Zeus spends the round using every super to break the bushes on the left side of the map. So Elevate can make informed decisions about how they go for that full commitment.
They don't want to push in on an enemy that they're unaware of, especially considering that they're playing into Moya, who's holding on to this gene pool at all times. But when it came to critical times, we didn't actually see Moya hit over here. They've also placed a counter to this Mo and also the Carl. You can't really push that RT, especially since he's going to always have that super.
Zooming out for a second, Crazy Raccoon, as good as they have looked, they have seemed to be more fallible than ever at this World Finals. And those are the reports coming out of them. Scrumbucks exchange, what we've seen from them in the group stage, play dropping sets in both of their victorious games. They know how to play from behind. It's not been an issue. They conceded sets here and there, but eventually a team is going to come along who will punish them for every mistake so hard. The Crazy Raccoon are unable to find an edge in order to get a set. This is a best of 5, so plenty of game to play. The Crazy Raccoon need to shape up.
When we saw Crazy Raccoon take some L's yesterday, when it came to the 2 sets they dropped against the 2 matches that they played, it was because they played outside of their comfort zone. They tried to used to playing. Now when they play something they're more comfortable with and it still gets out-drafted by Elevate, that is seriously dangerous territory. And right now, in this matchup of mechanics versus draft, it looks like draft is winning so far.
Crazy Raccoon say, listen, we're going to ban every new brawler. All the new brawlers, not allowed. Illegal, actually. Punchable by incarceration. We have Kenji, Melody, Mo, all banned away. Who still sneaks through? Angelo, snapped up here for Elevate. And it's perfect for safe zone.
He's going to be able to float over this water on the right side of the map, so immediately able to contest any pesky brawler pushing through on that right side. This could enforce a situation where Crazy Raccoon has to go for something themselves.
Ineffective, especially when your opponents are forced to defend. She cycles supers all winning, trying to race. Colt here is great. Silver Bullet opens up the map they need to. He can pressure the safe down from a very safe distance also.
I see potential for this Colt to simply open up the right side, break that little 2x2 that we see right the entrance to the mid area of this map. Also, the brawler is going to be sent around the left side most likely, because that is a great way to respond to the 8-bit, because you can actually play at quite long range against him, and the Colette too, we're looking at comparable range. That super is going to be great at getting damage on the enemy safe, and I think Amber should be able to defend against something super aggro in the final stages, because I feel like Crazy Raccoon are really thinking about getting on something that just rushes towards the enemy safe.
Well, also, Amber, crucially, very good against slow brawlers. Brawlers that cannot strafe left to right out of her line of fire easily. Really struggling. Bonnie? A virtual sharpshooter, long-range brawler with the ability with that super to dive, to go all in, but this is an odd one.
I'm not a Bonnie believer out here. What are your matchups here realistic? Amber, she's able to simply burst you down because she's still a slow brawler. Now, the one thing that she does have, though, is she has quite a health and actually make that but when it comes to actually getting that super, I think she's really going to suffer.
She's not particularly fast either. No, she's quite a slow brawler. Again, with the right star power, Black Powder, you have pretty insane range as Bonnie, which is fine. But her fire rate, she only has one shot in the chamber. So she cannot simply just like send off a number of shots if you need to spam someone down. She really wants to keep you at arm's length, which, by the way, is something that Zeus and Luffy are more than happy to do. Again, it's another bonkers, Crazy Raccoon draft here. But we've seen them do more with less, frankly. You gotta believe it's possible. But Elevate so far have been, dotting their I's, crossing their T's. That look great in the draft on that bounty map here. This is a solid one. I'm favoring them.
Elevate draft virtuosos they may be, but I really doubt they were considering a Bonnie as a potential final selection here for Crazy Raccoon because it's so off-meta, it's so unusual, and I think it's unlikely to succeed here personally. But Crazy Raccoon, this is what they do best, is they take a losing matchup and they turn it into a win by raw mechanics.
Here we go, folks. Headed over to Heist for our second set. And of course, Black Powder, Star Power picked up for the body, so long range is Tensai. Definitely outrageous the Amber here. Luffy again, as we suspected, will play this right side of the map. Zeus at mid. Crazy Raccoon are being allowed to move up here. Luffy trying to keep his 8-bit honest.
Luffy outranges Colette, and he plays toe-to-toe with this 8-bit over here. Zeus is really focused on eliminating Tensai on this left side first and foremost. That's going to allow RBM to push forward. Note that RBM is going to be charging up his super for free. That gadget that he placed at the back left, we'll see Tensai completely laser taken down, and even trade here for Elevate. We're still being cautious about pushing in the mid. Zeus is actually getting quite aggressive though behind this 2x2, and Moya is now up to his first super.
Zeus really wants to guarantee a hit there by basically walking to point-blank range. Active here, gotcha gadget used by Shitapa to try and punish this Angelo. And elsewhere, we have Tensai diving in on the body to pressure safe.
So this is how it's going to go. Crazy Raccoon, they're going to play for that control at mid, and then they're going to send in Bonnie. She has to be addressed. Everyone from Elevate has to pivot backwards in order to deal with that. But they're really relying on Moya to be completely up. 100% uptime is what they need over here for the 8.
Zeus here is a nasty angle. This is difficult to punish and dangerous for Moya to play into. RBM going to use the absence of 8-bit through mid to look towards Tensai to pressure him down. Here's Luffy, 3 safe damage. Couple of hits from Shitapa coming in though. Zeus will heal up, and now look at the safe. Tensai tried to dive, but RBM on defense is able to stand.
This is brutal from Luffy. Hypercharging super in, but they cannot ignore Moya. Despite the walls being broken on the left side, it's still the perfect perch for 8-bit to lock in some of that safe damage. Pivot back to mid to play control once more. They're only ahead by 1%. They have to hold on to this control in the final 30 seconds.
Couple shots there from Tensai, but Crazy Raccoon at a lead. Zeus with a hypercharge. Moya disintegrates though. This is looking bad. Colette out of the picture as well. Dive in from Tensai, looking to deal with Luffy. Fair enough, but Crazy Raccoon safe is down to 29%.
Tensai is going to lock himself in this back right corner where he has to be addressed. He's a top bow in. Oh! Denied, but the ego still hits. 14% remains, and 5 seconds is not enough time for Elevate to get to Crazy Raccoon's high safe.
Rely looking very pleased with himself after that draft. Don't forget, Colette during hypercharge can be taken down midway through a super, but her ego will still go forward and back, damaging the safe. So it's basically a Pyrrhic victory for Crazy Raccoon, especially for Shitapa there.
So Crazy Raccoon's strategy here is to play for that control, then they send Tensai and Cite towards the enemy side. But Cite is more of a late-game selection here. Once he has that hypercharging super combined, that's when he can afford to go hyper-aggro. But Tensai is always going to be playing that role. Just has to get a super first, but note that Elevate are playing so much more defensively, and it's actually going to cost them. Moya picks up the first kill.
Don't have a lot of control. They actually switched Luffy to mid here. A position that he was losing horribly to Moya and Tensai as that Bonnie collapses through the left-hand side. Bonnie's an off-the-wall pick, but Tensai's been very, very conservative here. Taking minimal damage from that amber, poking Luffy down when required. But Crazy Raccoon, despite an early lead, air quotes being used here, don't have any safe damage.
Elevator playing so timidly as well. They do not want to let Crazy Raccoon connect with the safe. They do not want to feed this super to Moya, but he's going to get it anyway. He's got a perfect place to put it. Actually decides to put more aggro on the left side, so he's tapped by Zeus. And goodbye, 8-bit turret. That was a hyper-aggressive placement.
Already dealt with. Moya's still a genuine threat in his own right, but nice bullet storm there from Luffy. That takes the 8-bit out of the equation. Zeus now wants to come forward as well, but a look to deal with Tensai. Nice dodge. Gets away from the Angelo shot and gets some safe damage for free. Elevate now have to answer this Colette, who's back in mid, and Zeus is forced to gadget away.
Cite barely managed to escape by the skin of his teeth. So Zeus consider pursuing him. Decides it's actually not worth it now, gadgeting backwards and allowing more room for Crazy Raccoon to dominate this mid area. They've gotten 5% Crazy Raccoon safe so far. They don't really have a real way of simply rushing towards the enemy safe like Crazy Raccoon does in his bottom selection.
And they're running out of time too. Ready, set. There's got to be a shift here for Elevate. Okay, hypercharge super from the Colt. That evens up the game. But Tensai's within striking distance of Elevate safe. And Luffy can't do much about it right now. Zeus has to gadget away. Would have gone down even inside that super. 3% separates these teams.
Zeus is still the guardian Guardian of Mid. They need to get over 3% here to take the win, and they don't have much time to get there. Moya already 10,000 health strong, ready to push up mid, has that super at his disposal, going to put it on the right side. Zicatampo has the super as well, 10 side. He's going to get that super on the safe. Elevate have to commit, but they cannot touch this thing, and Crazy Raccoon gets set 2.
And so the sacred timeline is preserved. Crazy Raccoon able to bounce back after a pretty average first set here with a crazy pick-up Bonnie coming out, and they play really patient with this really long-range composition. The Colette looks great, she always does on maps like this, and Tensai is such a nuisance. Whether it's consistent, long-range poke, keeping the Amber honest, or diving in onto the safe, Crazy Raccoon always have something to keep Elevate busy.
This is what we know about Crazy Raccoon, is their preferred playstyle is they play 3 lanes. This is exactly what happened over here against Elevate. They managed to draft something that enforced 1, 2, and 3 lane play. And then from there, they were able to hide behind some of these obstacles, especially against Angelo on that right side. Being able to float over the water doesn't really matter a whole lot. Well, your opponent is hiding behind the wall, and Tensai punches through all of that defense. Doesn't have to play footsies with the enemy side when he can just jump over all of them.
And great DPS in general from Elevate, sure, but you've got to understand, 8-bit has about 10k health, Bonnie close to that, even Colette has about 7.7k health. That is a lot to cut through when your cult is like 5.5. Your Angelo 6.3, thereabouts. So much health has to be cut through on this Crazy Raccoon roster that you can do all the damage in the water, but if you're not securing his eliminations and manifesting map control as a result of it, you're not going to win the game. Slow and steady wins the race for Crazy Raccoons. We have an even series on our hands.
We talk about health, and you can really extend that health if you're able to dodge shots the way that Crazy Raccoon are able to. When we talk about mechanics, we're saying, look, this is a 3-button. With Hypercharge, you got more. But if your moving is bad, if your shooting is bad, turns out you have bad mechanics. That is where they specialize, dodging the shots, landing the shots, and we see a whole lot of dodging on that Bonnie, despite her being slow. She's sure able to survive.
Yeah, I mean, we really undersold, I think, the impact of Bonnie, but that happens very often for any analyst trying to cover a Crazy Raccoon game, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. We're off to Bell's Rock, next it'll be knockout time, and again, no new brawls allowed. Kit Low, Kenji banned by Crazy Raccoon, Elevate, similar, also getting rid of that pesky tick.
RT first selection once again from Crazy Raccoon. The same approach that they decided to take on the very first set for now Grand. On Bell's Rock, this is going to be a little bit different because your enemy has to come towards you in those final stages as the poison enforces everything coming close together. They're also facing a last pick from Elevate, a squad boasting a member in RBN that is known for his tank play. So having this RT over here that can split head from base, blocking about 6k damage in just a single attack, is going to be a pretty good way of defending versus a tank that Elevate are actually gearing up for with the Gus selection.
They're telegraphing something like that, right? Won't see it until the end of their draft here. But this strategy has had a pretty average win rate over the course of these last couple of days. I think in the previous series, as of the previous series, or the start of the day, Gus had like a 30% win rate, despite being one of the most picked brawlers at the World Finals. And Zeus again wants to go for the Angelo. Again, makes sense. It is that kind of long lane map where you can find success, but again, look pretty average on Heist.
Deviating from the plan would be a tall ask here, because you saw how that Angelo performed in the last set, and it was a serious struggle because he was trying to land those shots. It takes a long time to charge up each one. It's not like Piper where you can fire off 1, 2, 3 in a row. No, you gotta wait quite some time. And once again, I'm seeing a very similar draft to what we saw in Canal with the Gene now.
Is RBM going to pick Daryl?
I'm really thinking this is a Daryl selection.
Again, centerpiece player on Elevate, getting his first land win yesterday. Against a pretty plucky Foot Esports, one filled with veterans that always is threatening. This is the last hope for North America. Elevate here, waiting for Crazy Raccoon to round out the picks. It'll be a Rico to get them sorted.
Bit of an odd one here on Bell's Rock, considering that, well, it's a little tough sometimes to lock things in. Besides that mid lane, that's where you're going to mostly find the value here with Rico. With that Gene, also, I think it negates some of the thrower effects for Elevate, whether that's going to be viable or not. So Rico is permissible over here. We'll see Brock as the final selection for Elevate once again. So this is a sleeper pick that they pulled out on Canal. Actually wasn't so bad, but didn't really make many flashy plays out there. Didn't lock in a whole lot of kills.
Okay, so this is just a really serviceable mid to long range composition from Elevate. We've seen, I think it was Zeus playing it on Canal Grande. And we saw the Brock being able to fall back while still taking shots, making Crazy Raccoon, or at least making him think twice about trying to get that map control. All right, folks, we're one apiece in the series. Let's head to knockouts as Crazy Raccoon and Elevate look to gain an edge.
Immediate breaking of this right wall, that's going to diminish the value that Rico can get over there. No issue. Tenside's going to go over on the left side, but he's not really using these walls to ricochet off of just yet, as Zeus is dancing on the edge of this range.
Tensai here always on any part of this map to be a threat. Starting to see it broken up a little bit there, RBM blowing up some of the maps so he can help Luffy collapse on that right-hand side, as Moya might not give him a man-to-man duel like Yellow Eyes would prefer. Luffy backed up here on the right-hand side, marked briefly by Stitapu. He's already developed that super. Not going to be relevant until the gas starts to encroach. A situation that Elevate would like to avoid at all costs anyway. They really want to win these long-range matchups, but Crazy Raccoon have the mechanics ready to avoid getting picked off like that.
Elevate have their backs against the wall over here. They're just managing to march forward as they heal up some of that health. We'll see a gadget in. The real value out there. Tensai now has a super ready to laser. Bit of an odd angle and doesn't get too much value off of it. Here's a super in from RBM Moya on his last leg. Zeus into the poison. Takedown for Stine Tampo on the top right. And a round one for Crazy Raccoon.
You gotta feel like that's not how Elevate want these rounds to go. They want to get pressure and turn it into map control based off their poke, connecting. But Crazy Raccoon keep dodging, ducking, weaving, diving, dodging out of the way of these shots.
Elevate are simply playing Crazy Raccoon's game. This is what they specialize in. Elevate aren't really getting diff. They're not able to bring Crazy Raccoon out of their comfort zone over here, and it's allowing Crazy Raccoon to actually thrive on this 1v1v1.
RBM would like to do a lot more than just keep Stitapu at bay, but he's just not been offered the opportunity. Zeus struggling against Tensai as Moya just trends to the left to get that magic puffs healing back over the Rico. Elevate need to make a play. They can't just let this round get away from them. They need to be active participants here.
So far, they still have their backs against the wall, just like in the last round. He does have the utility of his super available. RBM trying to get some on the right side, didn't manage too much. Moya is equipped with the super that's going to be dangerous for Elevate. They don't have much health to work with, and they certainly don't have a way of escaping from a Gene Pole. Moya is super low. Tensai with the hypercharge! A team wipe as he snaps to the right side to bring home game one.
That goes horribly for Elevate. They have to use a Gus Super just to keep them alive. They take too much poke damage from the RT, and they know if there's an RT gadget used, they will instantly be eliminated. So there's no choice for Elevate to use their silver bullet just to keep themselves in the game. Luffy's got to be kicking himself after that.
There's no synergy here for Elevate on these brawlers, on this composition, because Gus, what is he really going to be used for? He has that self-preservation of the super, but typically you're going to find your value from using that on a team that's quite low. That's just not how we see it being applied out here. It's not what this comp is tailored for. It is a series of 1v1s over here. And so far, Crazy Raccoon are prevailing.
It's a scary science for North American fans. They really need to get themselves into the driver's seat. They are currently having this match, or at least this set, dictated to them by these previous champions. Good poke, this is better. Moya under pressure. Vengeful Spirits though staves Zeus off, takes him low, and Moya is able to avoid the shots from the Brock.
But Elevator, oh, what a gadget from Luffy. Finally, a man advantage for Elevator. Super in from RBN. There's one, there's two. Tensai, the last one alive, trying to avoid beating Hypercharge to the enemy side, but he knows it's inevitable. RBM's got it now. Luffy has a super, and Zeus also close to one of his own. Elevate are in a great position.
And that's around one on mechanics there for Elevate. Normally, Crazy Raccoon's MO. But without a draft that is, patently dominant over Crazy Raccoon, Elevate have to lean into the individual.
They
They have the firepower to rely on, as we just saw. Can they do it again, though?
An ambitious super in from team side down that right lane. You see them gradually keep RBM and Luffy back. They have possession of mid, and no one wants to push into Moya with this super. On the left side, we see Zeus in pretty much a stalemate against CJ Dampo. It's going to take shots to take him down. Zeus is looking pretty dangerously low over there. We'll also see Moya swap lanes over the left side, trying to get a jump on RBM once the poin's in for, he's in forward.
Zeus spinning, pins a Chitampo there, gets him to come forward. Okay, RBM, hypercharge at the ready. It's raining rockets. Chitampo able to walk out. Look at that. What a magic hand. What a pick up on Zeus. RBM's in trouble now. Another Gus super to try and keep the Brock in the fight, and RBM's going to try and come forward. But Crazy Raccoon will not be denied.
What synergy from Crazy Raccoon over here. We saw a member super low. Whole team came together to body block and keep him alive. That was into RBM's rocket fuel, meant as a kill confirm onto that brawler. But Elevate tried to get some synergy of their own, finally applying that super from Luffy for some good, putting it on RBM twice. But it didn't actually manage to do anything. We also saw a near kill on the 10 side from Luffy there on the right side. Unexpected kill on a Zeus out of nowhere from CJ Dampo. Drops Elevate down to their final lives.
Set on the line, Elevate have to win a 2 versus 3 against, well, a combined 4 world champions on the side of Crazy Raccoon. Boy, with the hyper, guaranteed the pull, and it's up to Luffy now. And I don't think there's a foot in the world that can give him the power to take down the raid bosses that are Crazy Raccoon. Pops the super, but now knows it is over. Back into the gas perhaps. And that's 2 sets for APAC number 1.
Crazy Raccoon enforcing their style of play out here, playing the 1v1s, and when it matters most, going for that synergy. But remember that this final round, even the one that was just played, was a cascading effect after a single kill that we saw from CJ Dampo on the left side.
That is often what these knockout rounds boil down to, Ready. Getting a 3v2. It's really hard to lose those if the gas isn't already basically surrounding you. And because both teams are playing these long-range poke pops that have kill confirms, right? We of course have Cookie Popper. We have the gadget from the RT. There are so many points of volatility here. We talk about the gadget as well from the Brock. Take
You first.
Taking one hit can be the difference between life or death.
When it came down to Brock actually utilizing that ability, team play came in to stymie that entirely.
And I think honestly, like that round that Elevate were able to win is a result of, I think Chitampo or one of Crazy Raccoon walking over a ghost, allowing an easy Cookie Popper pick up here. Tensai on the Rico with 6 eliminations, and only 1 apiece for the entirety of Elevate. This set definitely felt like it was an uphill battle for the NA squad.
I mean, I really think that Crazy Raccoon are playing in their own dojo over here. They have enforced things to their will. They have molded this draft to go exactly the way that they want on these maps. But we focus on this as being the weak point of Crazy Raccoon. So what happens when they go to their mechanics and they also can bend the draft to their will? It's pretty much a playground for them.
Exactly. It's like a domain expansion. From Crazy Raccoon. What will the answer be here from Elevate? They have one more chance to send this to a 5th and final set. So their Ring of Fire play will have to be centimeter perfect.
Elevate now with the first pick available, and Crazy Raccoon finally willing to let one of these brawlers slide. Kenji now available in the draft, but Elevate are going to have to utilize this as a 4-5 selection. They won't have the last laugh in this one. No last pick. So Kenji's on the table. Clancy, the crab, now coming out.
Pretty good on those side lanes. These are a little harder to sort of get into the back line from, though. You can play on the right side and work around that barrel a little bit. But Luffy doesn't mind feeding a couple kills early on. He can turn those into credits, especially with the gadget that increases his credit generation. Just needs to get to gold as quickly as possible.
And it's entirely possible for the Clancy team to fall flat on its face as long as it's outranged and control is played blue, coming in quite early in the draft. Definitely a surprising one that Crazy Raccoon didn't choose to bring in later in the draft, but they actually managed to make it work yesterday, so why not go for it now? In Gus to play a mid over here.
The only thing separating this from 2023 is what, a spike? that would really make it look like the comps of old. But yeah, Gus again being picked up for CR. Once more, Elevate don't get the value they're looking for out of it, but he's just such a great mid to long range brawler.
Managed to make it work yesterday, so why not?
Here, that ego really letting you fight a little bit longer on the point and increase your damage output. It's definitely what makes this such an ideal pick here.
Two brawlers from Elevate that should be pretty good in the tanks, and here's the Genji, and now either RBM or Luffy are out to play. So will it be Luffy that really stole the show with just yesterday, or will it be RBM team specialist to take the reins of the sushi master over here on the right side? Well, maybe come down to which brawler is going to be more demanding, depending on the last pick out here. Surge going to be getting some free levels off of this Genji as long as he's pushed.
And we've talked about comment counters to Genji being tanks, right? The Elevate's composition is already very hostile to tanks. Very high damage brawlers with decent range in Clancy and Lola, so that's not an option. Crazy Raccoon going for the Surge alongside the Gus and the Lou. It's all going to fall down to that Surge player. Again, both teams fancy these brawlers that only get stronger as the game goes, and it's Elevate's last chance to stay alive. The hopes of NA rest on their shoulders as we jump in a ring of fire.
Right out the gates, Luffy aggressive around this left side, but quickly regrets his decision. He does not want to push into Moya, and also doesn't want to push into Sitatampo. So which is it going to be? He's just going to have to swallow that and go for it, trying to bait out some of the shots on the left side. Note that Elevate have been quite uncontested here at mid, and Crazy Raccoon are going to have to reevaluate their rounds.
Yeah, no longer can Crazy Raccoon be so aggressive to defend that left side. They're able to step up, get themselves some percentage here. RBM yet to get a hit in this game, getting his first one just there. It's an awkward spot for the Clancy to be. He's trying to get some damage. Caught inside there, Lou super stunned up. 3 damage for Moya as RBM heads home with his tail between his legs.
Luffy still trying to get out some shots, another super in, and the gadget pop to Luffy, so vulnerable. Remains alive or on the left side. Doesn't matter though, Moya has already managed to farm his hypercharge off of him, and RBM are on the right side is being totally denied. Note that he's also running the dash gadget for RBM. Back left, Luffy, he's trying to get on this Sitatampo, bested by the Surge jump.
He has to respect the power shield as well because it reduces damage and helps Surge reload instantly. And then there's the super that gives him vulnerability, so Luffy can't actually attack Sitatampo with all there. Very awkward matchup for the Genji. Sitatampo now flashing that super as well, knows he can dodge away. Luffy has to use the gadget now, maybe looking at Tensai, who just bubbles himself, and Crazy Raccoon look indomitable on this point. Elevates nowhere to be seen.
Crazy Raccoon, absolutely indestructible on every single lane. Elevate got a 10% lead at the beginning, and that was the last time they ever even thought about stepping on that point. The Lou, you don't want to feed it, but what happened anyway? Because of the lanes that are enforced here, there's no real home for the Genji. For the Clancy, the first selection, they drafted themselves into a corner. They weren't really able to get any tokens farmed up and get to that valuable second level where the damage and the range of Clancy actually starts to become a threat.
Luffy's been much more proactive this time around. Sitatampo still has a super. Luffy attempts to dodge it. Gadget gets him healed up, but Sitatampo is chilling. Level 2 and a super available. RBM is cut down.
It's going to take a concerted effort to move Sitatampo out of this left side. He's actually just going to do it anyway because it's fine. He got his level 3. From the back right, definitely a threat. Sitatampo out with the gadget. Still some damage in from Luffy. And a kill. Elevate, take back control of mid. And a slight advantage. Looks like a good opening.
Yeah, Sitatampo though, he's at level 4. RBM's got to be careful. Still bronze. Luffy wants to dive in, but Chitapo is basically unkillable right now. With that super available, Zeus tries to get away. Freeze frame used in order to try and play from behind that ego. Luffy's got nowhere to go. Yet another gadget use, and now we're an even game.
RBM still with nowhere to really go. He's outranged absolutely everywhere. He has to get this back right, but he's going to have to face CJ Tampo with the super as well. You see the super in from Luffy. Really no value out of that. CR looking for the next kill before they can actually move in onto this point. I think just playing the slow control.
The surge, man. The surge is terrifying. Luffy gets taken down. Chitapo benefits there from Tensai's super. So it's a very healthy surge still. Moya pressured by RBM. Finally, the Clancy gets in there, but there's an answer. Chitapo brings the Lola down, and Luffy beats Chitapo. An anime battle to end them all. Chitapo comes off second best, and Elevate have a lead now.
Tensai now approaching with the super. He gets some synergy here with Moya. Might need to use it. Super in, pops it on himself. Luffy with a cycle of super and slices, dices, decimates. Tensai, Elevate are persisting in spite of a match point.
This time, though, it seems like the game plan for the Kenji is so much clearer. Act early, act often. Get up in the Surge's face, whether he's level 1 or 4. Take that fight and take one of the biggest weapons for Crazy Raccoon off the battlefield.
It's going to be difficult because Tensai is so closely guarded. He's flanked by both Tampo and Moya. If there's any time of game to go for him, it's got to be now. We saw Luffy and RBM both double stack that left lane. It improves their chances of getting something optimal. RBM playing around this -3 on the left side. Moya is still actually lining up these shots. RBM throws it mid-dash. And an excellent start for Crazy Raccoon.
RBM, though, getting those credits. He gets a little bit of the job done. Close to silver now. As Luffy steps up to the plate next, but he's half stunned. Damaged heavily. Hosumaki healing gets popped here, but Luffy has to play back behind that box. RBM has just hit silver, but Luffy's got nothing to do back there. Nice torrent. RBM gets aggressive, and Elevate finally get on the board.
What an excellent comeback here for Elevate. They've managed to get RBM almost to the gold tier. On the right side, Luffy is being quite cautious about feeding any more super to Moya, knowing how much of a win condition it can be. Luffy up to the skies. Excellent timing on that super. Tampo had the damage, and he had the shots thanks to the gadget.
Yeah, that power shield is huge for Surge. Now Zeus and RBM, the latter flashing his super, generate a lot of threat here on the point. Chitapo falls, and Elevate get themselves into the lead. Hold on, we might be looking at a set 5 at this rate. RBM backs up, Tensai shields himself. Here's another sashimi from Luffy, and he gets rid of the Gus.
Tampo now hypercharged all the way behind, going for the deep route. Zeus trying to dispel him, knows where he is in these bushes, but can't really contest because the fight's been cut all the way to Crazy Raccoon's side. Doesn't matter, the spawn trap is on. Zeus trying to stay alive, jump in from Tampo, and completely nullified.
There it is, another super from RBM, and Elevate struggle early on this set, but now starting to bring things back. 95% and counting, a set 5 looming. Here comes Crazy Raccoon. They clear them off at 98. Luffy knows he just needs to stand here, and he does. We're going all the way.
Number 1 in A, number 1 APAC. It's bound to go the distance. Mechanics against draft. The Crazy Raccoon have proven that they have a certain level of mastery in both of these regards. But they mechanically denied the Clancy those levels for actually quite some time.
Forward, feed a couple kills here and there, it was fine. Luffy was doing the same thing. Elevate around that control that Zeus was providing as Lola used their 2 laners, the 2 loose ends, to keep Crazy Raccoon more than busy enough to prevent them from touching.
This lack of self-preservation should be a key takeaway for Elevate. Because if there's anything that Crazy Raccoon, especially Tensai on socials, has been vocal about, is his frustration with the meta, with the brawlers that simply run at you. Doesn't matter if they die, because they're still winning the objective. That is their kryptonite. That is their weakness. It's quite late in the game to really be discovering this. They gotta apply that knowledge now. Doesn't matter, though, because Tensai's still picking up tons of kills in spite of the matchup he's facing.
Yeah, really timely. supers coming out onto Shitapo, allowing him to win that protracted battle against Luffy. Every time the Kenji respawns, he's looking for the surge, looking to get into the bush on Crazy Raccoon's side of the map and trap them in their own spawn. But it was a great recovery from Elevate. You've got to hand it to them. They, right now, in real time, before our eyes, are being forged into potential champions by this APAC #1 seed. It's the last hope for North America, and they're giving it everything they've got.
We're looking at former world champions over here on Crazy Raccoon. #1 and #2 in 2022. They combined to form a roster that seemed invincible last year. And they got a top 4 finish. This would be a downgrade from last year to go top 8. They cannot let it slip now. It all comes to a head here on Double Swoosh, set number 5.
People have been saying these demigods of Crazy Raccoon, they've been known, they've been shown to bleed, to be fallible. We've seen mistakes from them over the course of this tournament. They have played maximum Brawl Stars in every single one of their matches now. Naturally, this one, no exception. Double Swoosh coming up for our last map. Amber's open, Gene also available, and quickly, Gene snapped up.
Gene typically a must-ban on this map. The fact that it's been left open is definitely a statement here.
You've got to be crazy, right?
Surely, I mean, into the Gene, you can't get blasted away, but it's going to run out of those after some time.
Yep, Lamp Blowout only has 3 charges unless you have gear. Crazy Raccoon, do they succumb to the new hotness, to this new era of Brawl Stars, and pick up the Kenji here to try and get themselves into the semi-finals? No, Surge is going to be the answer. They're allowing a Kenji pick potentially from Elevate. Can this be exploited in the draft?
Totally can, especially with those respawnables out here. Stuff that soaks up Surge's damage is going to be his major weakness. And Elevate can totally sneak up on one of these lanes, but it's going to be a tall task. Because Surge, as a he wants to, in exchange for vision.
His super will heal him if he has the right star power, which means he can take a bunch of damage and still be a relevant threat. Elevate, have they walked into a hard counter to the Kenji? There's only one way to find out. Help from beyond cleared pretty quickly by those Janet shots. Zeus and RBM grouping up, giving up the left-hand side because they know they can't deal with Draken with the bushes.
CJ Tampo also playing on this right side instead of the expected left.
RBM grouping up, giving up the left-hand side because they know they can't deal with Draken with the bushes.
CJ Tampo also playing on this right side instead of the expected left. Zeus is going to get some scouting around the left. Definitely running that +1 to make sure he has a few more gadgets at his disposal. Knows that Tensai's coming up, but doesn't have the damage to actually dispel him, and Tensai gets free positioning.
Right, Tensai dives in, not able to stay alive. Not inclined to use the last stand gadget, or didn't have the opportunity. Regardless, it's Elevate now with an advantage. A slim one, though, as Moya evens the score. Remember, this Tara Super can break open the bushes on this right side of the map, make it dangerous for Elevate to play there. Tensai again goes for the gadget. This time it pays off. Zeus must take to the skies after recovering some gems.
Got some pretty decent value on this CJ Tampo. Luffy on the left side, definitely risking feeding super to CJ Tampo, but at the same time falls to Moya. All 7 gems on the field belong to Crazy Raccoon.
Here's Tensai in super, last stand popped as well, but Luffy's able to deal with him. A lot of map control though, given up by Elevate here, and they're behind by 4 whole gems. Magic hand on Shitapo. He does use a shield, but it's broken. Zeus able to push up now. Luffy needs to get aggressive. He needs to find Moya. Where is the Tara?
They know she's on the back left somewhere. RBM's going to try and scout him out. Real contact. Luffy has an idea. Moya's revealed himself. He can't push through CJ Tampo on the left side unless they risk giving the super. Luffy's going to get exalted though. Super in, right on top of Tensai. Super from Moya. At mid, RBM's still alive. It's him and Zeus. But this next gem belongs to Moya. They will be able to take down Tensai in a pinch. Moya cannot take it, and he's forced to back up.
Now map control gets pretty critical here. That's why the Kenji goes aggressive. Luffy deep. Shitapo able to use the super to avoid the damage though when RBM plays back. That's the gem that starts the countdown. RBM hooks Tensai. What a connection. But Zeus goes down with the gems. Luffy's going to come forward now, but it's a countdown. 10 seconds left, but RBM is felled by the surge. Luffy's going to go in, but there is no shot, no hope. And Crazy Raccoon will take the first game.
This Draco was pivotal for Crazy Raccoon. Actually spawn camped him for a pretty serious duration. And as a result, Moya could just sit back at mid, farm up some of those gems on the Tara, and he's practically unpushable in close range. As Tara, you're going to be rocking so much damage when all three of those cards hit, and you're going to be getting super and hypercharge as a result.
As Kenji is struggling, Luffy having a tough time trying to get through these layers of obstruction. Draco, Tara, Surge, all of them problematic to deal with. Tensai realizes not worth to use the gadget there, so Luffy gets his. Boombox is annoying. Will reveal the bush for a time, which Chitapo quickly nips that one in the bud.
Look, he's trying to use his wide slash to get some damage on Chitapo without risking feeding him super. But it feels like an inevitability. Tensai on the backside, pretty serious damage on RBM, but the gadget expires before he can lock and kill.
Magic hand available here for the G. Moya spotted there. Vision gear, of course, up. What a dodge away from that Tara super. Luffy's able to get 2 gems to his name. Tensai, though, will survive. Low, Luffy comes in with super. Tensai finds 2, but RBM scoops up the gems and gets out with 6.
Oh, pulls the shade. He went for it, but Moya had the support from beyond ready to go. Luffy's going to try and push him now, but has to be aware of the positioning of Tensai. Forced to go in. He's got a super now. Look at the damage on Moya. There's 1 slash. There's 2. All the way to the back. Doesn't matter if he dies, but he still has fed the hype.
Now map control for Elevate.
RBM's just out of range. Zeus trying to defend, and the hypercharge and super available to the Gene over here. The pull, Moya at mid. He's going to have to defend Luffy. Managed to pick up the gem, but all of them spill onto the ground. Luffy with a 2-piece, and Elevator running it back.
And Elevate can walk away here with that'll be enough to win them the round. 5 seconds remain, but the zoning is too good for Elevate. Crazy Raccoon will have to let this one go to double match points.
The true distance, the absolute limit of Brawl Stars. Double match point incoming.
The harder they get knocked down, the quicker they get up. Elevate. They have grown over the course of this series, but now they're going to land the plane. Chitapo gets aggressive at the top of the map, but Tensai is dealing with Luffy right now and doesn't want to pop a gadget for that. Can't blame him. Elsewhere, RBM deals with Moya. 3 gems, and they're spilt. Now Luffy tries to get away. Another super. Chitapo has the super to get away, and Tensai has the elimination. Zeus only 1 gem, RBM 1. Elevate walk away with 2 in total.
Bad business though. Tensai managed to come around the right side. He's going to have to be scouted out by RBM. Dangerously close, has the super to get bonus damage. RBM doesn't really have much play here. Hey, Zeus towards the skies. RBM left all alone. A little more damage on the Moya. Chitapo looking for gem number 10. Luffy's got to contest.
He can't. Chitapo back over the wall. Okay, countdown secured now. Elevate lose their gems. Luffy's trying to go deep here, but Tensai ignores him as Moya throws down. And Crazy Raccoon, the kings that once were, will return to a World Semi-Finals to claim what was once theirs.
The All-Stars of Brawl Stars advance once more to top 4 for a second attempt at a grand final. Last time, they were bested by the team that took it all. Once more, they can manifest themselves into that position. Another stab at being world champions.
Speaking of stabs, Tensai on the Draco. Oh man, it was fun to watch. Nigh unkillable, literally unkillable with that super, with that gadget available rather. Elevate made it close, but a couple of stumbles. You've got to feel in that last round, they let the game devolve into a bit of a scrap fest on that right-hand side of the map. Luffy getting caught with a couple of those Tara supers. That was a big difference. You see Crazy Raccoon, they wanted to play against the Kenji. They wanted to play some old school brawl. And old school is the good school here. And Elevate just flumps the class.
Tensai over here, 10 kills for the guy. Penetrated that right side, became a massive issue. And RBN had to play an untraditional position because typically he would be around mid. He is the mid brawler. He is the gym carrier, but he couldn't safely reside in that area. With Moya and Site Tampo alternating between that left side where he's so vulnerable to being flanked from the bushes. So on that right side, he's now forced to lane against Tensai, who has simply too much health for him to really face.
And let's throw it back to the draft here. It's a gene pick straight away from Elevate, right? That's their first. Their Surge picked up for Crazy Raccoon. They know they let the Kenji through the drafts. And my goodness, how scared must you be of the Draco and the Surge if you are picking a Janet to try and reveal the right side of the map with that boombox? A very unorthodox pick here, and you can see Elevate were looking for options because they felt like in a pitch battle, or if they walked into those bushes, there was no way they were going to win.
We saw situations where Janet was actually using the super instead of scouting to just escape, especially against a 1 HP Draco that was such a serious threat with that gadget. We saw numerous situations where Draco was looking to pick up a couple of kills here and only fell at the final couple of moments there. That is how much of an issue this selection was for Elevate. And we see Crazy Raccoon, despite their complaints about how this is going as far as which brawlers are most powerful, they're not too good for it at all.
I mean, they play Draco. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not really old school, in fairness. But what a game we get. We start off the day with a 5-set banger. This one was no different. But now we must bid farewell to the final remaining North American delegates here at the Brawl Stars World Finals 2024, leaving only APAC and EMEA as the regions left to fight for it. And my goodness, that battle between Reply Total and Rival Esports could set us up for EMEA versus APAC finals. If Rival can make it through, that is a big if. That if is doing Olympia level lifting. But we have an incredible game on the dock still to look at here. Real quick, what are your thoughts? Reply Totem, Rival Esports has been a crazy day.
We see Reply Totem just barely make it to the stage, the last seed in EMEA. They get all the way through LCQ against Rival Esports, a huge underdog in their match yesterday, managed to trounce their EMEA competitors, and they can look to do it again.
Crazy Raccoon have survived the quarterfinals once more and awaiting their opponent. It's going to be Reply Totem versus Rival Esports to decide our last semi-finalists. One more match for the day for the Brawl Stars World Finals Day 2. Don't go anywhere. It's bound to be a blockbuster.
The 2024 Brawl Stars World Finals are brought to you by ESL, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Once upon a brawl, a new evil emerged. A handsome young minstrel who once charmed crowds, now fallen to darkness, his smile but a shroud. A mischievous dealer. No. Now with his sword, your head you'll make loose. A night turned into a nightmare. Nani and Pete now only want to skip. A fairy tale ending. No, a scary beginning!
The Brawl Stars World Finals. We're gearing up for our final match of the day. But Trav, what an incredible journey it has been to this point. 2 games that have gone the distance and just had my heart in my mouth. What did we just witness? It's the end of any hope. I mean, you've got to hand it to Elevate. For 2 out of the 3 to have their first World Finals and pitched against Crazy Raccoons to come that close. Unreal.
Yeah, no, Elevate absolutely played the hearts out and provided some unbelievable gameplay. So sad to see them knocked out here in Day 2 of the Brawl Stars World Finals. I really wish we could have seen them go that little bit further.
It could have been, honestly, another incredible upset for Day 2. We've already seen the world champs go out on the first game of the day. It's just been the gift that keeps on giving. 2024 is at an all-time high.
It really is. Like, it's been so dangerous. And, we're not stopping there. We've got another absolute banger up next where APAC, I say after APAC provided that kind of gameplay, they better hope they get another representative a little bit further on, otherwise they might have some issues in that region as well as NA, but they are also wide total, which is such a strong match.
It's set to be a massive banger for me. Certainly Reply Totem are that team which just had a really abysmal year, but they are now at a really strong place, and similar to SK Gaming, I've got to say, they've got a lot of loud voices.
Eu dou um pelinho mesmo. Se não dá. Se tiver a dar ainda bem, mas se não tiver, esquece. Vocês não veem. Vocês não esquiram. Os meus segundos e nada. No 300 Como é que eu disse, não?
Wants to come forward.
Como é que eu sabia?
Draft something that enforces.
But me and Ready Set, we started obviously with the Zeta Division, which didn't go our way, but genuinely that could have gone either way, and so could that last game as well.
I have yet to get a prediction wrong. Just putting that out there. Uber, I think, very much as well. This is where we differ as well. Uber's been definitely flying the Rival Esports banner since we basically arrived in Helsinki, Finland, and I don't blame him for it. I was certainly there yesterday, and